What's up, y'all? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Happy Thursday, y'all. Welcome back to Boxem Office Hours. I was seeing we got some good vibes in chat already before we're even getting started. So appreciate all you guys popping in here. Let's see what's up. That was good to see you again. I don't know if I've seen you on a live stream in a little bit, but good to see you. What's up, Heber? Have some questions. Looking forward to learning. You're in the right spot. So yeah, if you guys are watching on the replay or anything, I'm live this time every Thursday. Took a little break for getting married and all that good stuff, but back at it here. So yeah, every Thursday live answering y'all's questions about selling on Amazon. And then if you are, once again, if you're watching the replay or if you're already here and you want some good like free resources just to learn how this business even works, there's a free course, all tons of free resources, where I source all my inventory, how to make things profitable. Everything you need to know is in the description there. I want to make sure y'all have plenty of resources there. What's up, Anita? How's it going? Been learning so much. Thank you. Glad you've been enjoying the content there. Yeah, appreciate you there. So yeah, let me know. I know we had some good energy here from early pre-stream chat here. So let me know what questions you guys have about the process. Obviously, we got back to school season coming up. That's going to be a really big opportunity. Especially for like FBM opportunities. So finding those things that we can buy and ship out to the customer same day we find it. That kind of opportunity to be really big. I'm going to be using a lot of like SellerAmp advanced search methods, which I've been making some videos on. There's already been some videos on the channel to kind of find things that are increasing in price and like back to school demand starting to kick in. A really good place to start is to filter the entire Amazon catalog down to like back to school friendly brands on SellerAmp Advanced Search, especially if you're already like approved to sell those brands. And that'll be a good place to start. Just keep in mind, if you haven't prepped a bunch of back to school inventory yet, it'll probably be mostly stuff you want to send directly to customers via FBM there. Just because the FBA check-in times are getting a little slow, or at least a little too slow to like send stuff in and hope that it's selling in like two or 3 weeks for back to school season, right? So yeah, just a couple quick things off the top of my head there. And then yeah, let me know what questions you guys have about the process. For those of you guys hopping on TikTok and all the different platforms, that kind of thing, I've been selling Amazon full-time for full-time for like 5 or 6 years. I've been starting to sell started like 8 years ago. And yeah, so yeah, I've been doing it for a long time, buying stuff from big websites. I sold used books for a long time. So pretty much besides like private label, I've tried most Amazon business models pretty heavily there. What's up? You said you got ungated in a brand. Now you're gated. So that can happen with like auto ungates. So just like submit your like your invoices and stuff for that brand that you want to sell. No, that's like I've been noticing for some reason, like maybe it's just because we've been talking about auto ungates and stuff a lot recently, but I've been hearing a lot of beginners say like, oh, that brand's gated, I can't sell it, right? If the brand is gated, you just have to get ungated. If it's restricted, then you can't sell it. But that's way less brands than how many brands that are gated. I just see a lot of like newer sellers, especially kind of limiting what they think they can and can't sell. So yeah, no need to like pigeonhole yourself there. A good like kind of quick check. I know a lot of people, probably beginners and stuff are watching, would be to just run your store through that Boxem auto ungate check and start to see what's ungated, but also what's gated for your store. Because right, those are opportunities you can unlock, and then what's restricted, so you can just keep in mind like to avoid those like restricted brands for your specific account. What's up, Skylar? You're asking about Funko. I assume you're talking like ungating. I've definitely sold some Funko on Amazon. Pretty good amount actually, especially during like Christmas season, that kind of thing. Yeah, you can sell a whole lot of different brands. So that'd just be like down to getting ungated on that brand, that kind of thing. So I see a bunch of you guys hopping in over here on TikTok, especially today. So let me know if you guys have questions about becoming an Amazon seller, that kind of thing. Now is going to be a good time, like especially I see a lot of people in the like somewhere in this range, maybe a month ago or so, is where I see a lot of people who like start selling on Amazon and it just like really clicks and they have a great December, that kind of thing. If you wait too much longer to start selling on Amazon, it gets hard to like have the expertise to maximize like the December rush. December is like insane. I'm excited. I'm always excited to see like the new sellers get their first taste of December. That's always fun to see. Let's see. What are some easy ungate brands for the back to school season? All right, here's some game for you, right? So if you want to, let's see. Yeah, Lewis said you think you love back to school. You're already making some back to school wealth there, Lewis. I like it. Yeah. So if you want to find a ton of like back to school brands that you can sell that actually have a good amount of demand, right? So you're gonna go to SellerAmp Advanced Search, right? And you're gonna filter for products that have a drastically lower sales rank during August and September of last year, right? Those are going to be tons of things that sold really fast last back to school season. You're going to take that list that you just created on SellerAmp and you're going to upload it into Boxem, and Boxem's going to get you ungated on some of those brands for free, and then you can go back over to SellerAmp, and now you have a ton of ungated brands that are back to school friendly, and then you're just filtering that by like what the best products are there. That's some game. I know that might go over some of y'all's heads if you're like brand new. That's fine. If that sounds like rocket science, then just dig in on the YouTube channel there. I've been breaking down tons on like that specific sourcing method. What's up, Colby? You said if you start now, will you learn in time to take advantage of Q4? Yes, that's what I was just saying. Like back to school season starting kind of right now is a great way to learn like the basics, get your first sales, kind of understand what it looks like for there to be like a demand season, right, where things are selling really fast on Amazon. And then you'll be like well positioned to create a lot of like super high demand during December. And if you wait a few months, like you can still obviously kind of get in a little bit on that December Christmas rush, that kind of thing, where everybody's paying way too much for stuff on Amazon, but just a little bit harder to prepare for things. Let's see. What's up, Tyler? You said you're a month and you got $700 in sales yesterday. That's what's up. Yeah, congrats. That's not bad for 30 days in, doing $700 in sales in a day. That's awesome. I definitely recognize you from the calls and stuff there, Tyler. Yeah, I remember my first month I sold like $500. So you're definitely beating my first month there. Now I was like 8 years ago. I didn't even know what you could sell. I mean, when I started selling, I didn't even think like normal people could sell name brands. So that would have helped. That probably would help me get a little closer to what you were doing there, Tyler. But that's awesome, man. It's a major W there. How do you advertise? So you don't need to advertise. I don't have any like products within reach right now, but yesterday I was out at the store finding like some beauty products on clearance, right? So when you try to sell that name brand beauty product on Amazon, like Morph, for example, was something I was finding. When you try to list that product on Amazon, it already has established demand, established sales. People are already searching for it. So all you need to do is like your goal is to buy stuff as cheap as possible so that when someone goes shopping on Amazon, it's your offer that's getting the sales, right? That can afford to make profit at that price that it's selling for on Amazon. Let's see. What milestones do you need to hit in order to get auto ungated in more items? I tend to see more products get auto ungated for sellers after usually like right around the 1,000 sales mark, like dollars, and then right around like the 10 to 20K mark, I see a little bit more like auto ungating unlocked as well there. You got sales while your FBA shipment was in transit. How is that possible? That means you're selling something that is in very high demand there. So people can still buy things from you while your delivery days are terrible, like if it's on the way to the warehouse. But that means there's probably like a really highly in demand item. That or your price is too low. I would check that too. Make sure you're not selling stuff for way too cheap and losing some profit there. Let's see. If you do FBM, you still use SellerAmp to make sure you're not gated on it. Yeah, exactly, Jill. Yeah, so SellerAmp is just like that's like the tool you'll end up using to like source products, like check your profit, all that good stuff, basically. Yeah. For sure. How do you create an FBM listing on Boxem? Yeah, so on Boxem, just go to like what is it? Inventory list FBM, right? So pretty straightforward, more or less there. And then yeah, for those of you guys that are like newer to the game and that kind of thing, something that is super useful. And obviously I love hanging out here and answering questions, that kind of thing. And so I'm only live for a couple hours a week. So if you want to be able to basically ask me questions at any time of the day, the AI in Boxem is basically like a huge knowledge base of everything I know about selling on Amazon, everything lots of other smart sellers know about selling on Amazon, with like actual Amazon seller knowledge, not like if you guys chat GPT about some things. Like I've seen it make up some funny things before. Like it can be helpful for sure. But the Boxem AI is a super good consultant. If you're like new to the game, like, where do I source? How do I source products? Like, what is this random specific setting in my seller account? How do I make listings? That kind of thing. That's where the Boxem AI is super, super helpful. And it can also help you source. Like I was sourcing with on a call with somebody, and we found something at like Carter's, and we're like, hey, Boxem AI, like I need to make a little bit more profit at Carter's. And it was able to show us exactly where to go to make more profit buying stuff from Carter's there. Let's see, your SellerAmp profit and the original payment you received from Amazon doesn't match. That's because your SellerAmp profit is going to be more accurate. Your Amazon payout is going to be everything that Amazon paid you minus your fees. Your SellerAmp profit is going to show you everything with your Amazon fees, any prep costs, any shipping costs, that kind of thing, right? So you'd want to rely more on the SellerAmp numbers there for the most part, just because Amazon doesn't know what you paid for the item. Amazon doesn't know what you paid for shipping, or at least all in one place. It doesn't know what you paid for shipping, that kind of thing. Sweet. Do you ship to Amazon, or is this like drop shipping? So drop shipping, unless you do it in a very specific way, is not allowed on Amazon. Like what most people think of as drop shipping on Amazon is not allowed. Like if you list an item that's at walmart.com and send it direct to the customer when someone buys it, that's retail drop shipping. It's like very much bannable on Amazon. So don't do that. I do something similar where I'll buy stuff from walmart.com, right? Target.com, Vitacost, any big major retail website. I saw Meta just ask where I buy stuff from. Big major retail websites, and then I'll ship it for a while I was shipping it to my house, and then we'd ship it to customers or send it to Amazon. And now I ship it to a prep center, which is like a third-party company that receives everything, ships it out to the Amazon warehouse for you, and you pay them like per unit. There's also some like sales tax benefits and all that kind of stuff to that. So yeah, let me know if you guys have more questions on that. We can chat more about that. But yeah, and then for those of you guys, I see lots of people hopping in on TikTok and YouTube, wherever you're watching the stream on. If you guys wouldn't mind like hitting like, all that kind of stuff. I know it's cheesy, but it helps me kind of chat with more folks. And appreciate all you guys spending some time. Yeah, if you want to hit the like and all that good stuff. That is greatly appreciated. What's up, Meta? So Walmart.com is cheaper on some products for sure. Yeah. What you'll find is a lot of people who like a lot of people who get into selling on Amazon, like they assume like wholesale pricing is like super low, for example. But a lot of times you'll find like after you go to a website and you use a coupon, then maybe there's a limited time sale, there's gift cards, cash back, all these different ways that you can boost your profit. You end up getting stuff a little bit cheaper as well. So a lot of people like think you just go on walmart.com and buy something for $10 and sell it for $30. Like sometimes it works like that, but the better products take a little bit of a little bit of digging to create the profit, if that makes sense. And that definitely didn't make sense when I first started. And that's like one of those kind of mental things that'll click and you start finding more products. How many things do you have listed in your store right now? We have like 500 to 700, something like that. I like to sell a decent amount of a lot of things so that my risk is fairly mitigated. More work than managing a handful of products, but if one of your handful of products gets cut off, it doesn't affect me as much as it might affect someone who's like super all in on 5 products or something. Yeah. How do you beat competition? So yeah, as long as you list an item with a good shipping speed and the same price that it's already selling for on Amazon, or sometimes even a little bit higher with a good shipping speed, you'll naturally rotate and make sales for yourself as well. What's up, Coda? Yeah. You watched the video there, Sabrina. Yeah. So my friend Coda is actually in the YouTube comments over here. So a while back we went sourcing at a local Ollie's. Because he's somebody I know who he's selling like over $1 million a year, shopping at Ollie's and reselling the stuff on Amazon, that kind of thing. Which is just crazy. And I ended up following him around for a day, and I posted the video on YouTube yesterday. A lot of people are loving it. I literally just followed him around. He filled up a lot of carts full of inventory, and we spent a bunch of money, and it was a super fun YouTube video there. If you guys are watching on a different platform, it's just Fields of Profit on YouTube. And that's where there's like free course, that vlog I just talked about, that kind of thing. Yeah. So Fields of Profit, if you guys are on any other platforms or anything like that, and you want to pop into the YouTube stream right now or check out some of the YouTube content, like the long form videos, has a ton of like detailed instructions on that kind of thing. Let's see, what do you think about selling on Whatnot? Yeah, go for it. That's like completely different from what I do. Whatnot, you're selling like one item at a time on a live stream, that kind of thing. With Amazon, I just list everything all at once, and then whenever customers go shopping on Amazon, I can make a sale, right? I don't have to be on a live stream to make a sale, that kind of thing. But if you enjoy Whatnot, like, do it. Yeah, there's a million and one ways to make money online right now. Just choose one of them. Choose one of them. Have fun doing it. Don't let the opportunity of online money pass you by. I don't care what you do. I'm happy to help you guys sell on Amazon. Choose something. There's too much opportunity right now. Let's see. TX, you just watched the videos. Awesome. Yeah. Appreciate you there. You just Coda, you said you just left Ollie's 10 minutes ago. So yeah, Coda pretty much lives at Ollie's. I think so. I think might be true. It's like when you're in elementary school, you think the teachers sleep on the ceiling. I think Coda might actually sleep on the ceiling of Ollie's. That's just my that's my suspicion. Let's see. You're working long hours. Where would someone like you even start? With whatever you got, right? That's the nice part of like starting a side hustle, that kind of thing is, if you have 15 minutes a day that you can put into it, you don't expect to be a millionaire in a year, right? And don't expect to be a millionaire next month, but you can still make progress with whatever time you have. It's actually funny you said that. So like a couple hours ago, I filmed a video on YouTube where I was spending 30 minutes sourcing inventory. I was like, all right, the goal, like for those of you guys that don't have a lot of time, like how much profit can you make in 30 minutes of sourcing? I was on my computer just like looking through different websites and sourcing with some SellerAmp, that kind of thing. And it ended up being like $300 or $400 in profit that we sourced in about 30 minutes. So I feel like all of us have like 30 minutes a day where we're like scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or whatever. You could probably just put that towards something more productive. And that would be what I would suggest, right? You don't have to start a business with $10,000 and a full-time amount of time to put into it. Put whatever you can afford into it, right? There's no reason to like go all in, right? I'm not the guy that's going to be like, quit your job and like start a business, that kind of thing. Like you can do both. I know lots of smart people that keep their 9-to-5 job and sell a bunch of stuff on Amazon because they got like benefits and a little bit of safety, and the Amazon business doesn't take super long time to run after you've been doing it for a while. So there's definitely some balance there. When reverse sourcing, do you ever feel like you keep running into the same products? Yeah, for sure. That if you're reverse sourcing, you keep seeing a lot of the same stuff. Like I would probably just try to start with a different category to start from is what I'd suggest. And yeah, let's see. Time's a rare asset. You work long hours. You got 2 kids. Yeah, that you do have your hands full for sure. You got your hands full for sure. So yeah, I would just say start with what you have. I've done some videos on my YouTube channel, Fields of Profit, like literally interviewing people who have exactly what you just described. My friend Nick, I can think of, who actually he quit his job to make money online at this point. But when he started selling on Amazon, he was a busy engineer and he had kids to take care of. He started his Amazon business. He would just work on it after the kids got put to bed every night, and he ended up scaling to like $100,000 a month. Just working after his kids were put to sleep. And that interview is on YouTube. I'm not just like not just yapping there. Like if you look up, I think if you look up like Nick Fields of Profit on YouTube, you'll see what I'm talking about. For those of you guys that maybe have busy 9-to-5 life, you got kids, that kind of thing. Need a side hustle to fund your hockey card addiction. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Also for you, like if you do, if you're into like cards and stuff, like someone was mentioning Whatnot earlier, that could be a cool way to do it. I know Whatnot's big for like selling sports cards and that kind of thing. Not so much for selling on Amazon, but you can always funnel money from selling on Amazon into buying some sports cards and stuff. I've got way too much money in Pokemon cards sitting across the room right now, so I totally get it there. Let's see. Do you have to sell as a professional to get ungated in categories? I don't think so. It's definitely easier to get ungated with a pro account, but I mean, it's one of those things. Like if you're serious about selling on Amazon, like you should probably just get the professional account. It saves you on fees, and you can use software when you have the pro account. So like, if you're serious about it, just get the pro account. What's up? Lucky said, what's the YouTube? Yeah, so Fields of Profit is my YouTube channel. If you're not currently watching on YouTube. Been posting a bunch of good videos like sourcing content, and I had an awesome video. One of my favorite videos I posted on YouTube go live yesterday with one of my friends, Coda. We were going crazy buying a bunch of stuff at Ollie's, that kind of thing. How much do you spend for ads? About pretty much $0 last year. There's no reason to buy ads if you sell things that already sell. So like when I go to Walmart and buy name brand makeup and listed on Amazon, people are already Googling that name brand makeup and it's giving you Amazon search results. Then people like me are selling that to you. And a lot of people think that's always coming from Amazon. It's like 60-ish% of everything that you buy on Amazon comes from people like me, not from Amazon themselves. Let's see. You went to Ollie's, everything was gated. So yeah, you can just get ungated in a couple of the brands you found there. If getting ungated has been like a big roadblock, just watch the ungating guide on my YouTube channel. How do you start selling? Is it affiliate marketing? No. So affiliate marketing is like you're helping other people sell products, right? With reselling products, you buy the products and then you actually sell the products. So there's more risk than being an affiliate marketer, but there's more upside as well. If you don't have a ton of money to start, then doing affiliate for products, Amazon influencer program can be pretty cool as well. But I don't see people having the same level of success scaling like influencer, affiliate, that kind of thing, as just selling the stuff themselves. Let's see. When you started, do you remember your brands, or did it take you something? Do you remember brands? So I mean, I'm not exactly sure what you're saying, but like the first thing I sold on Amazon was like an off-brand Lego kind of thing. Yeah, I just got ungated in it, buying from a big website, that kind of thing, sold it, and yeah. Let's see. What's up? You said you're a buyer for your current job. Yeah, so that's like, I mean, that's perfect, right? A lot of like insider knowledge on that kind of thing. And if you're a buyer for your job, you probably have some like good rapport with existing distributors and that kind of thing. You'd probably have some conflict of interest if you like tried to run your business and work for your company at the same time. So it could be like an interesting balance for you there. But yeah, being a buyer right now that's like being a buyer or a salesman or like one of those things is like one of the perfect careers you can have to go straight into like reselling, because you kind of understand a lot of the basics there. So you have to buy the product and handle the shipping. So more or less, if you don't want to, so like I don't touch any of my inventory or anything like that anymore. I just ship everything to a prep center. So let me walk you through it, right? So yesterday we were buying stuff from, let's just say Walgreens, for example. I don't remember where my team was buying inventory yesterday, but let's say we're buying stuff at Walgreens. We ship it to a prep center that receives and lists all those things on Boxem. They make the shipment through Boxem for me, have all the numbers tracked, that kind of thing, so I can see what's going on. And then that stuff arrives at the Amazon warehouse and ships out to the customers as people order it. So the way I like to run it, I don't see inventory anymore, but most people will at least start by seeing their inventory and shipping it themselves and that kind of thing. You don't necessarily have to, but generally it's like a little bit smarter. It's like drop shipping. So drop shipping itself is not allowed, but it's similar in that you're finding underpriced things from retail stores and then selling them on Amazon. The difference is that you actually have to own the product first. Let's see. What's up? Sabrina said, if you don't have Boxem, check out the auto ungate feature. It's beyond amazing. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to see what your Amazon store can already sell, go onto Boxem, the auto ungate feature like Sabrina's talking about. You can plug in like I've seen people plug in like 100,000 products and get ungated in like at least a few thousand items like right away. You can just click like the default, you'll get ungated in like 50 to 100 brands. I'm talking like right now, you can be ungated in like 50 plus brands in the next, I don't know, 10 minutes. If you're really fast at signing up for Boxem, I suppose. That would take like 5 minutes to get you ungated once you're actually in the tool to get ungated in a bunch of brands there. Let's see. Sent in manufacturer receipts, still got declined for ungating. Yeah, that just proves that like ungating just takes multiple submissions right now. That's part of why selling auto ungates is a good place to start. You can sell those auto ungates while you're waiting for the applications on those gated brands to get approved. Let's see. How does it work if you have the stuff to sell and want to sell it on Amazon? Yeah. So like if you have a product in mind that you already want to sell on Amazon, load that product up on SellerAmp, and it'll show you like how fast it already sells, like who's already selling it, that kind of thing. So you can kind of start seeing some of the basic stats about that product that you want to sell. That'd be like where you should probably start there. See, I'm seeing a couple people asking about like good prep centers and that kind of thing. So I actually just talked to my friend Tim, who owns iFulfill and Ship. It's like a really big, very trustworthy prep center. If you guys want to reach out to them there. And then I have like a discount through them. If you guys like shoot me a DM, I can hook you up as well. But you can just Google it as well, or say that Warner sent you, and they'll probably hook you up as well. Do you have a YouTube channel? You like to learn more? Yeah, Animal. So if you guys aren't on YouTube and you want to see all like everything in detail, just look up Fields of Profit free course. Even if you're on YouTube and you want to learn the basics there, Fields of Profit free course on YouTube. It's like a 5-hour long YouTube video that I am impressed if you watch it all in one sitting, but it's kind of designed for you to just watch one YouTube video over the course of a few days, take some notes, and then just get right after it. It'll kind of spell out everything you need to make that first, 5 or 10K in sales. Let's see. What program do you use to find winning products? Just SellerAmp. Yeah, I've been using RB Source a little bit as well recently. We'll probably do a live event on RB Source next Thursday night. By the way, for those of you guys that are like really in the weeds of the community, if you want to mark that off, again, we're going to be doing a super awesome event on Thursday night, next week, not tonight. Little inside baseball. I don't think that's public anywhere yet, but if you want to mark your calendars there. Let's see. You're about halfway through the 5-hour video. Awesome. Yeah. Let me know if you have anything. Tex, you said you're halfway through the 5-hour course. Let me know if there's anything that I can explain better next year. I like doing one of those super detailed free courses, about once a year or so. I'd love any feedback after you made it through the course. And I see some familiar faces who have definitely seen the 5-hour video. So let me know if there's like something you'd want me to see cover in more detail on next year's free course. In order to make a profit, you have to have a large amount of products to sell. I mean, to make a profit, you could have one product, or you could you buy a bunch of products, you make a bunch of profit. You buy a little bit of products, you make a little bit of profit. Like it just depends on what your goal is there. In terms of like figuring out like how to hit your goals and stuff, the main thing you want to control is how much money am I spending in inventory, right? Almost the entire rest of the business is just noise that distracts you from spending more money on inventory. So you want to make sure that you're spending as little time like understanding things and shipping products and getting feedback, that kind of thing. Like you want to make sure that that is very time minimized so that you can spend as much money or as much time as possible spending money on inventory. The better you are at that, the better you will be at selling on Amazon. How much money do you need to start? At least $1,000, I'd say. I had like 1,500 when I started. Just kind of kept snowballing that $1,500. Made about 30 grand in profit my first year. I was also selling a lot of like used books and cheaper stuff my first year. And then snowballed that 30 grand after year one into just continuing to grow the business. And then eventually got it to a point where I can start pulling a salary and keep growing the business and that kind of thing. But if you don't have a ton of money to start, just be aware that you're not going to like start with $1,000 and be paying yourself a ton of money in 2 months, right? The smart way to do it is going to be to continue to reinvest that money until you can just like pay yourself like a full-time salary and like really be dedicated to it. You can do whatever you want, but that's kind of what most people will do there. How can you reinvest your total investment quicker? I think you're just talking about like cash flow cycles. That's a smart way to think about it for sure. So yeah, like as an FBA seller, think about like the amount of money you have right now. You'll probably multiply it 4 to 6 times. You get 4 to 6 inventory turns per year. With online arbitrage, that's going to be an average of about 30 to 40% growth. So you could play around with like a compound interest calculator and see what that turns into based on your initial startup budget. If you are not super happy with that number, you can either do FBM, so shipping direct to customer, where you get like anywhere from 8 to 12 inventory turns. Or you can work harder doing like retail arbitrage or selling used books and that kind of thing, where your ROI is higher, but you trade more time for that higher ROI. So just a couple different like things to think about. You're new to Amazon, give you one winning product. Just go look at my YouTube channel. Like every other video on my YouTube channel is like 20 minutes of sourcing products live. You'll see tons of like exact examples of winning products. And yeah, if you guys are on TikTok, just click up in my bio. There's a free course as well. You'll see a ton of like winning products, that kind of thing. Yeah. If you're on YouTube, it's down below the free course. If you're on TikTok, it's up here. The free course also has a document. I just remember like there's like 6 or 7 documents in there, but one of them is literally 3 exact examples of products I actually sold, how much money I made, how I found them, like the sourcing method, where I found it, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Where do you put your SellerAmp per pound cost? I like it, Johnny. You're in the weeds there. So SellerAmp settings, and then you can bake in like your FBA shipping cost there. Let me know if you have any more questions on that. I'll be live for a couple more minutes here. So let me know any other last minute questions you guys have here. And then for those of you guys that are like have been thinking about getting started, or you just saw this, you're like, what the heck's going on? Kind of like next starting points would be to go try SellerAmp for free, try Boxem for free, and then do auto ungated sourcing. SellerAmp free, Boxem free, auto ungated sourcing. To give you some things to Google there or plug into AI or however you want to research things these days. That would be definitely how I'd be starting all over right now. How much is mentorship? I don't really do like one-on-one mentorship or anything like that. Yeah, I just help as many people as possible with free videos and stuff. You have your cost at 60 cents. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, you said what would you put your cost at? Yeah, my bad. 60 cents a pound is about what it costs to send stuff to Amazon there. Let's see. What's up? Sharky said, how do you scale further? You have a budget of $3,000. Yeah, so I mean, like doing some rough math, if you have $3,000 to spend on inventory right now, that's going to mean you're going to have about $6,000 in sales after you spend all that money, money on inventory, which is then going to work out to anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000 in profit, depending on how good you are at sourcing inventory. And then you're going to do it all over again, right? You have $3,000 now, you sell through all that inventory, and let's say you have $4,500 now. Spend the $4,500, it grows to rough math $6,000, and the snowball continues to grow, right? That's kind of how it's going to break down there. What's up, Sonic? You said, what's the difference in check-in times between optimized and the normal one? Yeah, I like it. You're definitely in the weeds there. So optimized shipping doesn't necessarily have your items check in faster. It just has them check in at 5 different places all at the same time, which means it's more likely for one of those 5 destinations to be the final destination for that inventory, if that makes sense. So what you'll see is you'll start making more sales faster with optimized shipping. But it doesn't necessarily check in faster. It just checks in at more places at once. So you're in more areas of the country immediately with 2-day prime shipping is why you start to make more sales faster. Hopefully that makes sense. And then obviously you can make optimized shipments a little easier on Boxem as well, as far as like the shipping goes. Let's see. You see a bunch of people sell 2.5 to 3 mil. Yeah, I think it's like a 2.5, 3 mil range is like pretty much anyone with relative amount of dedication and reasonable amount of just like willingness to get there can hit a couple million on Amazon. Getting beyond that, you have to be like all in on selling on Amazon, for at least from what I've seen. Which is also nice because I see a lot of people who sell on Amazon part-time, and they'll do like a mil and a half, that kind of thing. Obviously that's with a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice, that kind of thing. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think it tends to there's maybe a difficulty wall around like the 3 to 5 million mark where you have to be like super dialed in on kind of making it your main priority, main goals, that kind of thing. Let's see. You can sell 2.5 mil a year and only make 10K in profit. You definitely could. You could sell 2.5 mil and lose $1 million if you were really creative about it. Typical margin for like the arbitrage business model, what I like to do, like buying from big websites, that kind of thing, is going to be around like a 20-ish% gross margin, 15 to 20% gross margin. And then it's up to you to make sure your net margin stays healthy if you're paying people to help you or software and that kind of thing. Yeah, to make an optimized shipment, is there a certain box size or weight to qualify? No, you could make I guess theoretically, you could make a 1 unit optimized shipment. It just would not have good per pound shipping rate there. Generally, if you have a shipment that's like 150 to 200 pounds or so, you can start thinking about making it an optimized shipment. Beyond that, I would just do like a 2D shipment on Boxem there. Let's see. Can you set up payment through PayPal? So like you'll get paid through Amazon, like just through like your bank account. Amazon will just send you a wire basically, or like direct deposit kind of thing. So yeah, you just link your bank account to your Amazon seller account, and that's how they pay you there. Sweet. So yeah, lots of good questions, that kind of stuff today. So like I say, next steps for you guys, go do auto ungated sourcing using SellerAmp and Boxem right now. If you don't know what that means, take the free course that's down below or up above, depending on what platform you're on. And yeah, I appreciate you guys popping in here today. I will be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central as well with a $50 million wholesale seller as well. We're going to be talking more about wholesale tomorrow rather than just doing online arbitrage, if you're curious about that world as well. So yeah, appreciate you guys popping in on the stream here today. Yeah, Fields of Profit on YouTube. I see you guys on TikTok asking about that. Free course up above or down below, depending on what platform you're on. And yeah, I'll see you guys again very soon. Appreciate you guys spending some time here on a Thursday. You guys have a good rest of your day here.